Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new Newcastle Fans TV video. Well, I am live, but it is also a brand new video, so, technically I am right. But anyways, welcome to this quick little live stream I'm going to do. As, I say quick, but, you people know how much I love to talk. So we could be here for a while. But anyways, I'm going to make the case for Newcastle United to finish fourth place in the Premier League. You can clip me up. You could call me anything you want. You can call me delusional, deluded, crazy, naive, overambitious. I'm talking with chest. Because you know what? I've got owners with chest, players, same thing. So I back my boys. And you know what? I'm gonna make this very clear. If we don't finish top 4, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. If we finish 7th place, that's a bloody good season, and I'll be very happy. I just think this is a rare opportunity for us to break into the top 4 ahead of schedule. Because I think, before the season started, I think 7th, but the position we put ourselves in is a very, very strong one. And when I look around at the other top 6, there are some concerns I have with them as a neutral. When I watch football, I'm very knowledgeable about it, I'd say. But you know what? That's just me. But anyways, I'll read out some comments too. Would love to see Newcastle in the top 4, but it's not gonna happen. Fair enough. Jordy Tune for life, a member of the channel. Big up to yourself, my friend. And I love the banter on Twitter that you do. And big up to you, my friend. And why not become a member? Why not become a member of the channel? Members of Newcastle Fans of videos a month, lots and lots of videos a month, probably about 30, about a month. Yeah. So about a month, a video a day over a month. So, it is what it is, people. It's only 99 pence. You get access to the Discord, and you get to kind of look at this, some of the behind the scenes agreement with a Mulliner show. So go check that out. Go check out membership. Go check out the One Football app as well. And I'm going to use them for a lot of, my references and whatnot for this video. So, but anyways, I also go check out the Facebook, as Lee would say, the Facebook, Newcastle Fans TV on Facebook. We got a hell of a lot of, followers on there, and Twitter, Instagram, and our beautiful website, newcastlefanstv.com. And don't forget to like the video. Don't forget, just slap the like button. Slap it. Slap it like you would okay, I'm not going to go. Anyways, so I'll read off some comments and then I'll get started on my spiel. Steve, if we are 4th or 5th come the break, do you think the Saudis will go and invest big in January and take the chance that we could finish in the top 4? Well, that's a perfect segue to bring in to reason number 1 why I think Newcastle United break into the top 4 this season. The ambitious owners of this football club, none other than the Public Investment Fund. The Public Investment Fund is the sovereign wealth fund of Saudi Arabia. It's the largest sovereign wealth fund in the world, $620 billion worth of assets. So I don't really need to say much more, right? I know that financial fair play applies, and I know that we aren't a top of the top destination. We won't ever be on the level of a Real Madrid. Real Madrid are the biggest club in world football. Make no mistake. Make no mistake about that. We won't ever have that pull in theory. Crazy things can happen, but you know what I'm saying. So that is one thing that, we still have to establish and whatnot. But the pull that we have already managed to get with these owners backing Eddie Howe as the manager, it's spotless. It's spotless. The transfers of Sven Botman have been a hit so far for a big price tag on a talented young Dutch 22-year-old center back who's a Rolls Royce of a defender. Played all right at Lille last year with José Font, who's very, very old. Used to play for Southampton. I'm sure you guys are familiar, but that's a great transfer. Alexander Isak spent money again. on a position that we needed, a striker, and he can also play off the left. That's ambition, brother. That's ambition right there. That's ambition. Some other comments here. They reckon our owners have over $2 trillion by 2030. There you go. That only strengthens the argument. And you know what? The only thing that these owners are interested in, Godosi, Amanda Stavely, Jamie Rubin, and whatnot, Dan Ashworth, those guys are only interested in winning because we have deep pockets, $620 billion US to be exact. So the only concern about Newcastle United, the reason why PIF bought us is to win, And I'm sure they have other reasons. Of course. But winning, just like Manchester City. And speaking of other clubs, of the ambitions of other clubs, I question the ambition of the other clubs in the Premier League in the top 6. These 3 in particular. Fenway Sports Group at Liverpool, who have not necessarily backed Jurgen Klopp to the strongest, because you still have donkeys in there like Milner, Curtis Jones, fucking Jordan Henderson. That's not ambition, bro. You got to get rid of those guys. The reason why they're not going to be anywhere near the top 4 this year is because you have them guys and the injuries. They're too reliant on Thiago. There's so many problems at Liverpool that I don't think people are necessarily aware of. But to me, when I look at the ambition of other clubs, I question it. The Glazers at Manchester United, they're all about money. And to further back up my point about this, here's something crucial as to why Manchester United, for me, will not qualify for the Champions League. Because remember, people, in September, the Manchester United Chiefs, John Murtough, and the Glazers, they've already made a January transfer decision. And of course, that was that leaked video over the summer of them saying, yeah, this window, the money's there, but it is not going to be in the summer and the January followed. Manchester United, the past few seasons, in terms of backing their manager, they haven't spent the money right. They haven't spent their money right. Hence why they haven't won a Premier League trophy since Sir Alex left the building for them. So they're one of the only Premier League clubs as well to take out dividends out of the club. They're in hundreds of millions of dollars in debt at Manchester United as well. Everything falls apart for Manchester United, and the same situation applies to Daniel Levy of Spurs. Because I question his ambition as well. Because the signings with Conte, they never seem to be on the same page. With regards to signing. Because after we beat Tottenham, Conte's saying, I still need guys. Well, what the hell was the window all about in the summer? Why didn't you get those players in? Why isn't Jed Spence getting a game? Ivan Perisic is good. Ivan Perisic is a good player, but he hasn't shown it yet. Longley, he's decent, but Miguel Almiron completely exposed him. And Sebastian, here's some valuable feedback from a Liverpool fan. Big up, Sebastian, my Swedish friend. True, ambition, we don't have it at FSG. We should just have money when we won the UCL in 2019. We should have kept spending for the players, signing players for the future and sell deadwood, like Curtis Jones, Milner, Hendo, etc. And they still have injury-riddled guys like Joel Matip as well. We've done an all right job of clearing out deadwood at Newcastle. We've done an all right job at clearing out the deadwood. Example, like Jeff Hendrick going out on loan and whatnot. And I think, Isaac Hayden as well at Norwich. So that's the thing. And Manchester City, I don't question their ambition. Because we've seen it over the years. Their only stumbling block is the UEFA Champions League. That's it. That's literally the only thing they haven't accomplished in the sport. And they've been owners of Manchester City for what? 15 years? Something like that. So you can't question the ambition of Manchester City. And I also question the ambition of Arsenal. I do question the ambition of Arsenal, but I do think that they'll make top 4 because they're already at a very high point. So that's the other reason why I think Newcastle will get top 4, because our ambition, which does show on the pitch, it does, to even the ambition shows on the pitch, because eventually you're going to get found out if you have a lack of ambition, because it'll show in your playing squad. If you have injury prone guys, if you have old guys that aren't good enough anymore, but you don't want to move them on because of salary, you fail to profit off of of players that you sold. You fail to sign good players. So, and I think we're just on a roll right now. I think we're on a roll. So that's my second reason. The third reason, which ties in with the first one, is that the Saudi Arabian PIF will back Eddie Howe in January. They will. I was looking on Twitter this morning. And I woke up probably at about, 5 a.m. or something like that. I woke up really early. And I saw on Twitter that we are going to be, it looks like something is brewing with a certain Angelo Gabriel at Santos. He's a very talented 17-year-old winger who has played about 92 games for Santos. Very, very good player, and I rate him. I rate him a lot, and I actually tweeted about it probably about, I think, 3 or 4 months ago. So yeah, we're working on signings even when the window's closed. What does that say? That says we're ambitious and we're looking to back the manager. I mean, I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care what's going on with my jaw and chin. I really don't. But anyways, that's the other thing. So reason number 3, Eddie Howe will get backed in the January window because we've seen it before when we were in a position of need. We needed to survive. Last year when we were bottom, and Eddie Howe did that and then some. We finished 12th at the end. So we were in such a horrible position, but Eddie Howe got pretty much everyone who he wanted. He got everyone who he wanted. Bruno Guimaraes, target on loan initially, Dan Burn. Then over the summer, got Nick Pope, Botman, Isak. So you can't question that PIF will back them financially. Not only is the ambition there, because the ambition is words. Money, you do your talking with your money, bro. Or 11th. Thank you for correcting me, Jordy Tune for life. Thank you. And you know what? And like I said, the Glazers aren't going to back Manchester United, and their squad is already weak. Martial, that guy can't stay fit. He's decent, but he's not fit. Ronaldo is going to be leaving in January, like 99% sure. We're all kind of sure about that. So if Harry Maguire plays regularly for Manchester United because Rafael Varane is injured long term, or Lisandro Martinez gets injured, or Malacia gets injured, that's them done. Casemiro's been very good for them. But yes, it's a Portuguese name, for fuck's sake. Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Just like Angelo Gabriel, But anyways, Pinaldo. Smashing it, bro. Keep it up. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Pinaldo looking at MLS. But anyways, so that's the thing. So let's just say we're neck and neck with Manchester United, 5th and 6th. There's a point off of 4th. Let's say it's Chelsea there. If we have a stronger squad than Manchester United, if we upgraded in January to have an even deeper squad than Manchester United, I'm not so sure Manchester United are going to get that. And I'll back that up later on, but I feel quite good about it considering we drew with them. And the reason why I feel very good about it is despite the fact that Eddie Howe has had loads of injuries to deal with during his time at Newcastle. I'm talking Callum Wilson. It seems like almost every other month he's like out for a considerable amount of time. Callum Wilson was injured. Trippier, Guimaraes has been kind of on and off this season. Joe Linton, Alain Saint-Maximin has had some injury problems. Had some also had the whole deal with Dubravka, and we replaced him with Pope. So, I mean, we've been able to still get results despite the injuries. I mean, let's just go take a real quick look at some of the notable results, like when we beat Arsenal 2-0. I'm very curious to see what the lineup was. Because that lineup probably had guys in there like Jacob Murphy, Schär, those kind of guys. So, I mean, it's just, I mean, actually, no. Let's just go look at yesterday. We didn't have Isak. We were coming up against Kane and Son, albeit they had injuries, but they were the home team, and they, on paper, they have the stronger side. There's no argument about that. But we're the better performers. Joe Linton's specialty isn't off the left. Just put, you know what I mean? And go download the OneFootball app, by the way, people. I'm using that to show you this, but big up OneFootball. There's a link in the description. Go download that. But anyways, Steve, just look at the team we put out against Liverpool, and we're the better side, arguably. 100%. Well, let me just look that up, bro. Give me a sec. Give me 2 seconds. But yeah, you're 100% spot on, and we gave them a hell of a game. Ultimately, what won them that game was the Anfield factor, because that's been carrying Liverpool, in my opinion, for quite a few years. And there's no shame in that. They've made Anfield a fortress. I don't think Virgil van Dijk has lost a Premier League match with Liverpool at Anfield. So, you know what I mean? But yeah, let's just take a look at some of these results, people, with the injuries that we've had. We haven't seen our full strength 11. We haven't seen that yet. A 0-0 draw at Manchester United was a good result. It was a good result. Very good result. And look, we had Jacob Murphy on the wing. That could have been Isak. Almiron, even though he's in sensational form, you could still put saint-maximin up there. Joe Linton, Guimaraes, Longstaff is a weak link in that team. Dan Burn isn't necessarily first choice left back, but Eddie Howe rates him, and he's been very, very good for us. So there you go. Botman and Schär, Botman was an upgrade. Pope was an upgrade. We had Trippier, yeah. But let's like Jordy Tune for Life said, let's just go take a look at the Liverpool lineup, bro. Let's just go take a look at it. Because that side only got beat 2-1 by Liverpool. That's not a bad, it was a sketchy goal at the end. It is what it is. But look at this lineup. Ryan Fraser, not a first team player a lot, not a starter really. Isak was starting, so that's cool. Almiron was. Longstaff, Willock, no Guimaraes, just Joe. Trippier, he got to play, but there's no Botman in this game. I believe he got subbed on. Target played. We still got 2-1. That's not bad. Yeah, Botman was an unused sub because we wanted to rest him up. And we brought on for substitutes Jacob Murphy, Chris Wood, Elliot Anderson. So we're getting results despite the fact we have injuries, because you know what? And the other thing I think I can tie in with this is the fact that other managers around Premier League in Europe seem to use the injuries as an excuse as to why they're not performing. It's never ever them. It's never them. No, never. It's never that Conte is too defensive and too submissive towards his opponent and plays into his opponent's strengths, invites the pressure on. It's not that Ten Hag, made a mistake, a tactical mistake against whoever, or that Klopp blames anything and everything. Eddie Howe don't do that. Eddie Howe does not do that. Eddie Howe doesn't do that, and he could cry foul over the fact that injuries have happened. But you know what? He's gotten results. He's gotten results despite the injuries, despite our squad depth isn't amazing. We're building up. It's much better than under Bruce, obviously, but it's still mad to think, we beat Spurs yesterday without, two of our arguably best players, or two of the stronger ones. So, I mean, let's just go. Yeah, let me scroll back to last year. We beat Arsenal. We beat Arsenal at St. James's Park. Ben White own goal. And that was our lineup. Dubravka, Kraft, Schär, Burn, Target, Longstaff, Guimaraes, Joe Linton, ASM, Wilson, and Miggy. So you know what I mean? We were missing Trippier. At right back. And we didn't have Botman before then, but you know what I mean? The injuries, the injuries haven't affected us as much. They really haven't compared to other teams. I think we're the best squad in the league in terms of coping with injuries. And if you look at our actual squad depth on a depth chart, because I think the mentality that Eddie Howe instills in these guys is something that not all managers can do, because other managers just go, well, yeah, I didn't have the players today, so, I couldn't get the result, and we play every week, and it's just like, shut up. No one cares. And I'll get into fixture congestion later. That's another little thing that I think plays in our favor. Anyways, moving on from reason number 4. Here's number 5 for you. He's number 5. But before that, I'll read off some comments. Jordy Tune for Life. We still had 6 players playing on Sunday who played in the champion. Forget the money talk crap. It's down to Eddie, his staff, and players. 100% facts. Jordy Tune for Life. Absolutely. Virgil van Dijk has lost a game at Anfield, technically, yeah, but no crowd. No crowd. I don't count that shit. I mean, I count it but not really. Like when Manchester United went on that unbeaten run away from home, wow, you played in front of an empty stadium. It's not that impressive. It's really not. It's just not. I will try that again. Even if we finish top 4 this season, I think next season will be lower. I can see top 4 as an overachievement. 100% it will be an overachievement this year. But I think we have put ourselves in a damn good position to be within a fighter's chance. Steve, just look at the team put out of Liverpool. Liverpool Nunez, 100 million, buys player, Newcastle 4-5 play. Yeah, exactly, bro. 100%. So, move on, though, to reason number 5. Reason number 5 why I think Newcastle United will make top 4. I think we'll finish 4th. So, I'll just reference this video for you guys from when... Oops, hold on. I'll just reference this video for when Johnny and Sam Mulliner of the Greenwood and Mulliner Show, which you should absolutely go check out. I believe a new video is coming out today. But they got to speak with Alan Saint-Maximin. And here's what he had to say when Sam asked Alan about the ambitions of the squad.
The team's aims for this season and also your own.
It's simple, the Champions League need to be the goal. It's not some things I will say we're going to be in Champions League this season, because this is not true. So will be the goal, because if we work hard and if we want to be in a couple of years one of the best team in the world, we need to compete and to be in Champions League. So will be the goal for sure to be there. But for my part, the most important for me it's not to score 20 goals and make 20 assists if we lose. If I can do that and we win, will be the most important for me. So I don't think about myself. I always think about my teammate.
There you go, people. There you go. And it's edited by yours truly, Lee Lawler, the whole mastermind behind this brilliant channel that I have the absolute pleasure and privilege of being a part of. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed, but enough of that crap. But yes, edited expertly by yours truly, making them look good as ever. 100%, bro. And that's the thing. So when you set out a goal, when a squad sets out a goal to achieve something, when people are thinking maybe we'll get 7th or maybe break into the top 6, it at least what it shows to me is that at least if you aim for the moon, you'll land in the stars. So maybe if we don't get 4th, we'll get 5th, which is still a bloody good season. But this to me shows that the mentality of the squad, it's like it's all on the same page. It seems like this was a goal that was set out long before the season started, which it was. That video was shot on August 20th of this year. So about 2 months ago, So the thing is, people, that goal was set out during probably preseason. They were talking about what are the goals for this club, and Eddie Howe communicated with his players, and they probably had all one big family Magpie meeting, you know what I mean? And they were like, what are our goals? Let's be ambitious here. Let's shoot for UCL. Okay. And the owners backed them. They got Isak. They got Sven Botman, a good goalkeeper, and Nick Pope as well. So And you know what? We're also getting guys like possibly like Angelo Gabriel from Santos, who Barcelona have a buyback option on, but it seems like from this lad on Twitter that they won't be doing that. But we'll see. We might not get Angelo Gabriel. We might not, but it is looking pretty decent in terms of that. So I just think the ambition, I think it's very gutsy of Alan also to say that, because he is putting some expectations now. Because when I saw that video, I kind of went into the season like, yeah, I think you're overshooting a bit. But you know what, people? It's playing out in front of our eyes. We're 4th place after 12 games. That's a bloody good position to be in. And when you look at the surrounding opponents and whatnot, for the contenders for a top 4 spot, Liverpool have had a huge drop-off this year after guys like Sadio Mane left. And Darwin Nunez hasn't exactly hit the floor running, even though I think he will, because I think he's a bloody good player. Maybe not a footballer, but I know he can score goals, get in the right position and whatnot. But anyways, I think they could have an off year. And we all know about the 7th season Klopp curse. You might laugh at me for saying that, but once something happens 3 times, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. So if this 7th year goes disastrous, if it's a disaster for Liverpool, then it's a pattern that Jurgen Klopp in his 7th year of managing a club, shit hits the fan. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyways, I just love the ambition from Alain Saint-Maximin, because he's given the fans something to actually, he's not like, well, we want to do good, but I don't think we can get the Champions League. No, he's saying we want to play Champions League in the top. And he's not worried about himself. He said it. 20 goals, 20 assists, but if we lose, who cares? If I could do that and we win, yes, 100%. That's what it's all about. So I think the ambition and the cojones for Allen to put that target on his back of expectations, I think they're capable of doing it because of that. So that's just me. That's just me on that. But it's playing out in front of our very own eyes, people. It's playing out that way so far. And if we look at the next 3 games, we got Villa at home. That will be a very difficult match. It absolutely will, because Gerrard was holding them back tremendously. It was crazy how they were brilliant against Brentford. Really, really sharp. Great. Midfield was strong. The attack was great. I mean, Jesus Christ. They were brilliant against against a decent Brentford team at Villa Park. So that'll be a good challenge on Saturday at 3:00 UK time. Southampton away, I think I think Southampton away could be a banana skin possibly. Chelsea at home, our record against the top 6 is improved. So you know what I mean. So anything could happen in that game, and they've got injuries that they're dealing with. To credit Graham Potter, he isn't complaining about injuries. It's Klopp and Conte who are the worst at that kind of crap. And another reason why I think, so we'll move on from number 5. Number 6, the 6th reason why I think Newcastle United finished 4th place. Alain Saint-Maximin, Alexander Isak, and Jonjo Shelvey will all be healthy and ready to go post-World Cup. And that World Cup will be good for them, because I don't think Alain Saint-Maximin will necessarily make the France team for the World Cup. Sweden aren't in it. And Jonjo Shelvey probably won't make the England team. So those guys will have all the, up until about Christmas time, Boxing Day or whatever, to get healthy and whatnot, and to get match fitness in some friendlies or just, training and whatnot. And we've been achieving those results despite that. Yeah, Shelvey did play against Tottenham, but you know what I'm saying. He's just coming back into it. And fingers crossed that, no more injuries happen. Because I will say the one thing that this all relies on is that we need to have our fully fit squad like 80% of the games left in the season to get top 4. Because it is a high level that we're competing with. There you go. Good comment here. Interestingly, Alain Saint-Maximin and the player he loves playing with is Jonjo Shelvey, because he finds him every time. And Shelvey is very important to the midfield, extremely important to the midfield. But anyways, another comment here from Sami Faiz. Big up to you, my friend. It's really too soon to predict that. Maybe after the winter transfer window, then we can speak or speculate. I'm just having some fun. And maybe I am making myself look a fool. Maybe we finish 12th. Who knows? But you know what? In this very moment, after we beat Spurs, I'm feeling very I'm feeling very confident. I'm feeling very confident. I just feel amazing. Like it's absolutely amazing being a Newcastle supporter. Absolutely amazing. The past 5 years weren't all that great. I loved it because I was forced into being a Newcastle fan. I was given that from my mom's friend Steve, who's from Newcastle. He got me a shirt, and I've been in the trenches since then. I'd be happy with top 8 this season. I would too. And I also want to preface that, and I did preface that at the start of the video, that I would still be happy with like a top 7, top 8, because it is a jump to get up there. So it is what it is. And get the like button. Come on, people. Come on. Sorry, late. What is about Steve's from Newcastle, bro? I don't know. That's a good question. But anyways, so that's reason number 6, because while Liverpool are going to miss guys like Jota, Salah could pick up a knock, and they struggle without injuries. Like I said, I think we're the best team in the league in terms of coping with injuries, because I think Eddie Howe just has that kind of mentality and the game plan he doesn't need the specific players, but obviously we're going to need them. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean. But anyways, it's over 50 likes. 100%. Steve, you're entitled to have your say on NUFC. Why the hell not? Exactly, bro. I'm a supporter. Bro, I'll speak my mind. I'm saying it with chest that we'll get top 4. If we don't, I'm wrong. I've been wrong about things before. We just move on to a new day, is what it is. I just feel good about my football club right now. And you know what else I feel good about? It's Eddie Howe's attacking philosophy. It's a game plan that Eddie Howe sets up. We can win games in multitudes of different ways. We can win games 1-0. We could blow out teams 5-1. We could go punch for punch, like in a Man City 3-3, a shootout type game. You know what I mean? And we can still get results. So if we get, exactly. If we got James Maddison, instant starter in midfield for me, in my opinion, and then Shelvey can be used for depth, that's perfect. And Moussa Diaby in January would be amazing signings. Get signings like Dango Awatara. Stuck is on the rise. Get Terem Mofi, even though he's injured for Lorient. His stock is on the rise. But if a Premier League club buys him, then they'll demand 40, 50 mil when he becomes the next big thing. You know what I mean? Wout Faes. Go talk to Leicester. Go talk to Leicester and be like, I want Wout Faes. Because I think he's a good center back. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Be ahead of the curve. And we're doing that with scouting guys like Angelo Gabriel. So, Steve, our mentality needs to be 7th this season, 5th next in UCL and titles next 3 or 4 years. Fair enough. I ain't going to complain if we get top 4 this year, if we speed up the process. That can't be a bad thing. You know what I mean? We need to make business a J 100%. But you know what? Yeah, 100%. If we want to secure top 4. Does anyone think that we won't do business in January? Does anyone think that we actually won't? Because I kind of see it as an inevitability. I feel very good about purchasing James Maddison from Leicester, given the league position that they're in, and their very unlikely chance of securing any sort of European football. So, Moussa Diaby, same thing. Bayer Leverkusen. The squad they have is in a relegation battle right now. That's unacceptable for them. Absolutely unacceptable. With all them good players, Adli, Schick, Hojek, Diaby, Hradecki's a decent goalkeeper, Tapsoba. So, I mean, they've got a decent squad, but they're really struggling. And we were talking with Diaby, so you know what I mean? I see 2 players coming in the squad. Yeah, if we get a Diaby and a Madison, or another Dani Olmo and Dango Awatara, there you go. Those are signings. Those strengthens the squad, and Manchester United aren't going to be They aren't going to strengthen in January. They did it last year. Last year in January, they were crickets, bro. They're crickets. Mate, why not be optimistic? I haven't been this excited and positive about NUFC since I was a kid, watching the likes of Shearer, Les Ferdinand, Gary Speed, David Ginola, and the like, truly buzzing. 100%, bro. 100 fucking percent. Mikhailo Mudryk. Mudryk, another great example of someone that we could possibly get in January, depending on what, Shakhtar Donetsk do in the UEFA Champions League. A really tight title race right now with not Vorskla. Who the hell was it? Dnipro, who are playing in the SC Dnipro 1, who are playing in the UEFA Europa Conference League with Alkmaar and Vaduz and whatnot. So, but yeah, semi-finals. As a Saudi, we're going to do some business. Don't worry. Exactly. That's why I'm not worried, bro, because the 2 times that we've had BIF, we've gotten a first-team starter, Bruno, straight into the lineup. Not straight into the lineup, but he got eased into it, and now he is the starter, him and Joe Linton. Serbia is exciting. Youth players, 100%. 100%. We were screaming for Diaby at the start of the season. Now he looks like a great second-half substitute for Miggy, LOL. And that's going to be valuable, though, even if that is. I know Diaby is better than what he's showing at Bayer Leverkusen, because I know that Bayer Leverkusen squad are much better capable of finishing above fucking Schalke. Of a very weak squad. They're better than Augsburg. But league position-wise, they're not. So, 60 likes, people big up. Keep hitting the like button. Keep hitting the like button. I know not all of you have. Just go do it real quick. But anyways. Greg Monks, I love the optimism, but shouldn't it be a gradual build? I'd take 7. I would take 7. I would absolutely take 7. 100%. Like I said, I already said this in the stream, but I just want to make it clear, people. I just want to make this clear. Absolutely want to make this clear. Great signing. Artem Dovbyk, by the way. Fantastic player. Really strong, hold-up striker. Very good. Look, about this, I want to make this very clear. If we don't finish 4th, if we finish 5th, I'm still buzzing, because we weren't finishing 5th under Mike Ashley unless you go back 10 years ago. So if we finish 7th, that's progress, 100%. I just think that we have an outsider's chance. But yeah, Simon Faramond. Rumors are we have put in a 25 million bid for that Angel kid from Santos who is 17. Angelo Gabriel is the man you're talking about. Even a man yet. Pop Gay from Olympique de Marseille. 100% would take him. I would take Guendouzi. A lot of good players out there that we could buy. 100%. Ashington. It isn't just the season. We played good end of last season. Our forced luck, it's much fitter. 100%. Buzzing in the fact that there's no ceiling for Newcastle anymore. The sky's the limit. I think we could win a title within 3 years. Probably start with the League Cup or FA Cup. Yeah, build up just like similar to Manchester City. But anyways, I got to get back to the reasons, people. But keep putting your comments in. Keep putting your comments in and the likes. By all means, please do that. But going back to Eddie Howe's attacking philosophy, I mean, we've seen it play out, people. The results speak for themselves. Eddie Howe took charge in the 8th of November. 8th of November, 2021. 19 wins, 11 draws, and 11 losses, a 46.34 win percentage. That ain't half bad, considering the injuries that we've had and the teams that we've beaten and gotten results against. Attracting players last January in relation to our position in the league, and we got good players. Can't wait to see the attraction of players when we are sat in Champions League places in December. That could be another reason in itself. That could 100% be. If we could pull Bruno G from Olympique Lyonnais while we're in a relegation battle, just imagine what we can do if we're sitting top January. Just imagine. 50 or 60 points is okay. 100%. Steve, if you want to make progress, we need a trophy next season like an FA Cup. Bro, I think we could win the FA Cup this year. I absolutely think we could win the FA Cup this year. Ashington, where can you find the stats for games since Eddie took charge? Bro, I'll share it with you. I'll share it with you on screen. I'll share it with you. I literally just went on Google, Eddie Howe, Wikipedia, as a manager. Boom, right here. There you go. There you go. It's just literally Google Eddie Howe's name and look up Wikipedia. Simple as. Simple as. Anyways. But yeah, I don't even need to take that long on this reason. Does anyone doubt Eddie Howe? If you do doubt Eddie Howe, let me know. But I certainly don't. I certainly don't. I don't doubt Eddie Howe. And then so let's move on to reason number 8, because I am at 40 minutes. Jesus Christ. There's little to no drama in and around Newcastle United, unlike our competitors of this top 4. You've got the Ronaldo stuff with Manchester United and the Glazers. You know, right now they're winning. They're always Glazers out, but they're more vocal when they lose. And that stuff will turn the place toxic. Conte could literally quit Spurs overnight. We all know how crazy and up and down Conte is. Because one week he's saying this and the other week he's saying that. He needs players and all this and the injuries and all this stuff. And he was already pissed. I believe they lost 1-0 to Burnley last year. And he said, like, these players ain't good enough. It's like, does Eddie Howe say that stuff? No. Fuck no. And then you've also got the drama with Liverpool. With Liverpool as well, with the Klopp out and all these sort of things that are dividing the fan base. FSG out and Klopp out and whatnot. We don't have that at Newcastle. Everyone is on the same page. Everyone's got different opinions. There's some fans who don't think Joe Willock's good enough, or Miggy. Maybe there's a small percentage of people, of Newcastle fans, that don't think, I don't know, Bruno Guimaraes is good enough or that he's going to leave. But we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. I don't see much Twitter beef with Newcastle fan to Newcastle fan besides personal stuff, which has nothing to do with Newcastle. So and you know what? I think this stuff affects the players on the pitch, because you see last year with Manchester United fans saying you're not fit to wear the shirt and all that stuff. As much as footballers say it doesn't affect them, it does. It does. The social media stuff. Harry Maguire always playing victim when someone criticizes him online. So, give me 1 second. Sorry about that, people. But anyways, no. So I think the feel-good factor around the club, as cheesy and corny as that sounds, I think it will take its place. About this, right? I want you to think about drama involving Manchester City. When was the last time they had any drama, any news reports, besides the Grealish commenting about Almiron? What else? Foden with the Iceland incident, but that was technically England. How much drama is there at Manchester City, really? Not that much. Not that much. Not that much. Because Haaland is scoring goals. De Bruyne is probably the best Premier League midfielder of all time. Still on some incredible form. You know what I mean? So they've got a brilliant squad, and they just let the football do the talking on the pitch. And yes, okay. The only thing I will say about this drama, there is some drama on the pitch in terms of, well, okay, Mendy at Manchester, but like, who really talks about him? Who really talks about the Benjamin Mendy thing? Who really talks about that? Like, yeah, when it shows up that he has a court date, people like tweet it out and whatnot, but it's old news eventually. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just saying. That's true, yeah. But how much of that stuff do you still talk to? People are still talking about the Ronaldo walking out thing. They're still talking about it. Still talking about it. They're still talking about it. The Kyle Walker thing people talked about, but then it faded out. That Ronaldo thing's going to follow them the entire season if they get rid of him. Oh, what if Ronaldo was still here? Would he have scored this goal? Oh, would Ronaldo have done this? Oh, Roy Keane said this about Ronaldo. It's a disgrace that he left, or whatever the hell he comes up with. That kind of stuff. And that's the thing about Manchester City that no one actually wants to admit because they're just jealous of them. I've never been jealous because they're just a football club who want to win. So it is what it is. Manchester City are a very professional run football club. Exactly, Jordy Toon for life. You know who isn't professional? Manchester United. Clear example. Clear example of not being professional, and ruining that club, which is, I like that. Big up. Big up Glazers. Big up the Glazers, 100%. Pep Guardiola is a smarter manager than Klopp, in my opinion. This is why they don't have dramas. He shows respect and is professional. Exactly. But, no. This might not be a huge reason, but I still think it was worth mentioning. And here's something concrete that I think we have in our favor, absolutely. St. James's Park has become an extremely difficult place for opponents to play against, and we have a much improved record against the top six under Eddie Howe. I mean, it speaks for itself. But anyways, I see a few other comments here. Man City have done wonderful things around their own stadium, pushing the women academies, the community, and charity. Yes, exactly. No one ever wants to talk about that, though, and no one ever wants to talk about how Newcastle are going to do the same exact thing. They just try to label us as oil money or whatever. It's like, I don't care, bro. I don't care. I couldn't be arsed. I really couldn't. Because, my football club's ambitious, and if your football club isn't ambitious, of course you're going to be jealous. Certain people. So here's some crazy stats. Simon, 1 defeat in the last 16 home games was the 1-0 Naby Keita goal at home. Our record at St. James's Park under Eddie Howe is brilliant, albeit there are some blips that we need to bring up. Yes, we drew against Bournemouth, Palace this year. Also draws last year. Was it Brighton? No, it was Brentford, but I don't even think that was under Eddie Howe. So we haven't been perfect at home, but damn near perfect at home in terms of not losing, at least. Not many teams come here and win at St. James's Park. I don't think Liverpool are going to beat us this year. Hell no, do I think they'll beat us this year at St. James's Park. No way. No chance in hell. The more people criticize us, we know we are getting better. Most fans will be worried as we are just getting started. Now it's 2.5 minutes after the whistle should have blown. Exactly. They had to beat us on some bullshit. But I don't care. That game happened in the past. But you know what the funny thing is also, and this could be another reason in itself. Look at this. We're beating teams away from home. We're beating top 6 teams away from home. That's what a top 6 side does. They beat other top 6 sides, home or away. I'm hearing Manchester United fans, they're happy with a 1-1 draw away from home to Chelsea. What kind of mentality is that? What kind of mentality? You're happy. And stuff like this. The Isak goal was onside, but the ref screwed up. It is what it is. So, look, there have been decisions that have gone up against us this season, but we're still fourth. So, St. James's Park has become a fortress once again. We used to get beat off loads of teams, but now it's not that case anymore. And the final reason why I think Newcastle United will finish in the UEFA Champions League spot, 4th place in the English Premier League, the season 2022-23. This, for me, is probably the biggest reason why. And it goes a little something like this. We won't have fixture congestion like the other teams in Europe will. Like West Ham, Europa Conference League. Manchester United, Europa League. You'd think that they'd make a deep run there. You'd think that Arsenal could also potentially make a deep run in terms of in the Europa League, because then they could automatically qualify for top 4 if they fumble the bag and finish outside of the 4th. Liverpool, they might get knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League, because I think Ajax beat them tomorrow. I think it's either tomorrow or today. That'll be a good game, though. But you know what I mean? And the problem is, if you finish 3rd in that UEFA Champions League group, which is still possible for Spurs and Liverpool, then you have to play 2 extra games and you get moved down to the Europa League, and then you go in the round of 16. So let's just look at an example of a team who plays loads and loads and loads of games. Here you go. Manchester City and also Liverpool, who obviously they played every single possible game they could last year. So we ain't playing a Champions League game this year. Maybe next year. I think next year. Another one there. Carabao Cup, same as them. So there's 2 games right there that we ain't playing this year. There's another game that we ain't playing this year. There's another game. There's another game. There's another game. Albeit Man City have a strong squad. Then they played some fucking friendly against Barca in August for whatever reason. They played the FA Community Shield. They went on a fucking tour in America. All this stuff adds up, people. All this stuff adds up, because the more you play, the more chance that you have to get injured. The more chance you have to get injured. I mean, Liverpool last year, let's look at how many... They literally... Look at all the fucking games they played. And the gap in between. 5 days. 3 days. 4 days. 3, 2. But you know what's even crazier about this year, my ladies and gentlemen? We have the World Cup in the goddamn middle of the season. The FA Cup kicks in January. The Queen passing away also further. You need to open up a slot like Arsenal, Man City. They played one less game than Newcastle, for example. And I believe Chelsea's game was also delayed. They have a better squad to rotate, yes. But as of right now, if you're a Liverpool, you don't. You don't. You have barely any midfielders. You have to start guys like Curtis Jones, who are crap. Worse than Longstaff. Curtis Jones is not as good as Longstaff. Longstaff's better than him. That says all it is. That says it. And I like Longstaff. I like him. He's not a bad player. He's decent, but we'll see. He's done all right for us this year, to be fair. But Curtis Jones ain't turned into a good player overnight under Klopp. He's just not. So I agree with this ZF727. Other teams have a much better squad to rotate. Let's be realistic. But I also agree that our squad with some additions can compete on only 2 fronts, the league and a cup run. Fair enough. Fair enough. FA Cup kicks in January. You know that Liverpool and all of them are going to, all of them are going to, make deep FA. They'll probably lose in the first round or whatever the hell, the 3rd round. So it is what it is. Some sides won't, some sides will. But if you think about it, Manchester United, if they finish 2nd in the group behind a Real Sociedad or whatever, they've got to play 2 games, which is the play-in round. 2 games. Then it's the round of 16, so that's 4. Then the quarterfinals, 2 more. Semifinal, 2 more. And a final, albeit the final is way at the end. So that's 9 extra games, 9 more midweek things in an already compact season, because 2 months of it are the World Cup. So things are going to get complicated for the teams in Europe if they don't drop out, like altogether, if they drop out of the FA Cups, but they're not going to do that. They're not, and if they do that, it's because their squad isn't good enough, which is a good sign for us, which is a great sign for us. So that to me, this is the biggest reason, because if you look at it, let's look at all of this added up. We have ambitious owners who want to strengthen the squad in January, while the other owners of other clubs, besides a Manchester City or Chelsea, have questions and maybe won't, or maybe will, or in other cases won't spend. Manchester United. So you got that. You also have the rotation. You also have the fact that saint-maximin and the squad clearly set out this goal before the season started to qualify for the UCL. And we're in a spot right now, albeit it's 12 games in. You also add on to the fact that St. James's is a hard place to play. We have an improved record against the top six. We're competitive in every single match that we play. We've only lost one time this season. We so far have the best defense in the league. And I know it's early. It's October. Am I overreacting? Yeah, I'm overreacting. Of course. I'm overreacting a bit. Of course. But if Arsenal fans can talk with chest that they think they're going to win the league, well, if they can say that, if they think they're better than Man City, well, then I rate myself over a Tottenham or an out-of-form Liverpool side. So that's just me. And I'm going to read some comments, people. Sorry, I've been lacking on them. I've just been ranting and raving. But anyways, and big up to 88 people watching. Big up, 100%. Thank you very, very much. If we get to the Cup Finals, I will buy a flight ticket to London, ask for a holiday at work, book hotel, and come in Wembley in black and white. I'll do the same exact thing. Another great thing that we have, we've never been behind in 90 minutes this season. There you go. And Ashington, fair enough. Anyone is entitled to dream whether it works out or not. Jimmy Barth, a great point. Yeah, but after the last 15 years, we deserve to enjoy this and ponder better, my friend. Exactly. Let me get carried away with it. I don't care if I clipped up. I don't care if I get clipped up. I'm shameless, bro. I'm absolutely shameless. The way I look at it, I'll get more Twitter interactions. Ooh, cool. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. It's cool, man. And Steve says quick chatty means over an hour. Well, you don't even want to know if I have a story to tell or anything. But anyways, I'm gonna just go over my 10 reasons again. So just so if people, you missed out earlier. Ambitious owners only interested in winning, not profit, because we have 620 billion. Number 2, other clubs' ambitions are questionable. FSG at Liverpool, Daniel Levy at Spurs, and the Glazers at Man United. Number 3, the PIF will back Eddie Howe in January based off the previous 2 transfer windows. And I also should add into that example, we got Bruno while we were in a relegation spot. So if we're chilling around the top 6 within 3, 4, 5 points, then we're going to attract some big boy players. Number 4, Eddie Howe has shown and proven to the owners under pressure that he will get results despite the injuries to guys like Trippier, Wilson, Sack, saint-maximin. Willock has missed a few. Number 5, saint-maximin said the goal of this year was to qualify for the UCL, and so far that is coming to fruition. It so far is coming to fruition. So this isn't a coincidence. We planned to be here. The squad did at least. They rated themselves enough, and that's the first step. Number 6, the injuries that we've dealt with, they eventually will come back. And yes, we're going to have injuries this year. As much as I love Callum Wilson, and you guys know how absolutely crazy I went when he scored that goal against Spurs, that beautiful chip. I love that guy. I love him. He's one of my favorite ever Newcastle players over the time I've been watching. I love him. But we do know for a fact that he isn't going to play a 38-game Premier because he's done both of his knees, the poor guy. So it is what it is. I mean, we are going to have injuries, but at least we can look forward to them 3 returning full-time. Like someone said, pointed in the comments earlier, yeah, Shelby did for like 2 minutes or whatever. You know what I'm saying, the gist of it. Shelby has been out for the whole season. You know what I mean. Number 7, basically you could summarize this as I back Eddie Howe, and I see what he's doing with the squad and the formation and whatnot. Number 8, there's little to no drama around Newcastle United, unlike our competitors for these said Champions League top 4 spots. Number 9, St. James's Park has become an incredibly difficult place for opponents to play against, and we've improved our record against top 6 clubs massively. We only have 1 loss. We beat Spurs, drew with Manchester United at Old Trafford, which historically is not a happy hunting ground. I'm talking 1 win in the past 22 goddamn years. That's not a happy hunting ground for us, but we got a draw. Defended well in that game, albeit Man United had chances, but they didn't put it in the net, and that's all that matters. And number 10, and this is the biggest reason, I think, because we will be more fit. Even if we make deep FA Cup runs, those are only 1 games. That's 1 game. 1 game. Whereas Liverpool have to cope if they get deep in the UCL or drop down to Europa League and they make a deep Carabao Cup and FA Cup run. Well, their squad's already paper thin. And they have to play guys like Milner, Henderson, and Curtis Jones. Fabinho. So, again, those are my 10 reasons. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, cool. If you didn't, well, not everyone's going to like you, so it is what it is. What's up? Sorry, people. It's just my brother. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. I felt like I've said my spiel. I feel like I've spoke my mind on this. And smash yes, exactly. Please like the video, subscribe, and obviously go check out the OneFootball app. Go check out the OneFootball app. They show you free games too. And in the UK, I believe are completely free. You know, they're showing like the Indian Super League, the Czech first division and whatnot. Like they show bare games. They go bare games. So go check out OneFootball app. If you like the show, tell your friends. If not, keep it to yourself. 100%. A few tiny additions and Newcastle can make top 4 easily. There you go. If Newcastle make top 4, I'll support them. Big up BLD. That, my friends, that's my Serbian friend who's an Inter supporter. So big up. Forza Inter, Forza Lazio. Brothers. Let's fucking go, man. Big up. Yeah, they show Swiss League as well. Exactly. Cheers, mate. Loved it. Loved it tonight. Away the lads. E-I-E-I-O. Up the Premier League we go. Well, how about we start adopting that shit? Let's start it. Let's get Champions League, people. Let's get Champions League. Let's get Champions League. Let's get this fucking badge on next year's home kit. Let's do it. And you know what? I hope I know Newcastle look at social media and whatnot. Well, if you guys do, well, at the end, hi. Hi, Bruno. Hi, everyone. Blah, 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 whatever. Look, lads, dig in. We love you. We support you. Go get that fucking away the lads. Peace out, guys. Thank you all for your comments. I appreciate it. Big up to you. And I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Away the fucking lads.